You wake up 3, 4, even 5 times every night to rush to the bathroom. Your sleep is shattered, your energy is gone, and you feel like your bladder controls your entire life. I also thought it was just due to age, until I saw my father suffer through this nightmare. He'd become a prisoner in his own home, afraid to drink water after lunch, sleeping in his recliner to avoid waking my mother every hour. I couldn't bear to see my father like this anymore, so I spent countless days researching and discovered that simply eating the right foods can solve this problem. I'm Vernon, a senior nutrition specialist who has helped hundreds of people, especially those focused on senior health after 60 break free from nighttime bathroom trips. Today, I'll reveal exactly 5 foods that work, the science behind how they heal your bladder, and show you the step-by-step approach that gave my father and my clients their peaceful nights back. These aren't expensive treatments or hard-to-find ingredients. If you're ready to sleep through the night again and wake up feeling refreshed instead of exhausted, this video will be your roadmap to freedom. Before we dive in, give this video a like and hit subscribe. These tips are designed for seniors over 60 who want real, natural solutions, and I promise, what you're about to learn is worth it. Food number 1. Tart cherry juice. The turning point in my father's battle with nighttime urgency began with something deceptively simple: Tart cherry juice. When I first handed him a small glass and told him it might help with his bladder issues, he stared at me like I had asked him to wear a tutu to the grocery store. "Cherry juice? Seriously?" he asked, raising an eyebrow that had seen its fair share of nonsense. But after months of broken sleep, he was willing to try anything. Behind that skeptical look was a man running on fumes, waking up every hour to pee, afraid to drink water after 2 p.m., and napping in a recliner so he wouldn't disturb my mother. What he didn't know, and what most people still don't, is that Tart cherry juice isn't just another health fad. It's backed by solid research. A 2012 randomized controlled trial in the European Journal of Nutrition tracked participants who consumed concentrated Tart cherry juice for 7 consecutive days. The results were striking. They stayed in bed longer, slept more efficiently, and showed a significant boost in overnight melatonin levels compared to the placebo group. This isn't a fluke. Tart cherries are one of nature's richest sources of melatonin, the hormone that not only controls sleep cycles, but also suppresses nighttime urine production. On top of that, they're packed with anthocyanins, anti-inflammatory compounds that soothe irritated bladder tissue and calm down the system that's sounding false alarms every night. My father began drinking a small glass 2 hours before bed. In the first week, he managed a 3-hour block of uninterrupted sleep, his first in months. By week 3, he was consistently hitting 4 to 5 hours without waking, something he had thought impossible. That tiny glass of Tart cherry juice didn't just improve his night sit, gave him back control of his days. Sometimes the most profound healing comes in the smallest, most unexpected packages, doesn't it? Now let's start with the first food that changed everything for my dad, the one that turned his sleepless nights into real rest. Food number 2. Greek yogurt with live probiotics. I've talked a lot about Greek yogurt in previous video show. It's good for your heart, your brain, and your gut. You can check the previous videos linked in the description for more. But what about nighttime urination? Could it actually help with that too? Could a spoonful of this evening snack transform your nights? Here's something most seniors after 60 have never heard. Your gut might be calling the shots on your bladder. Increasing vegetable intake was found to dramatically reduce the risk of nocturia in a long-term observational study conducted in Japan, which tracked 785 patients with type 2 diabetes. The results showed that the odds of experiencing nocturia defined as waking to urinate at least twice a night dropped to 0.67, while the odds for severe nocturia, meaning 3 or more times per night, fell to 0.46. But what surprised me even more was what happened with my dad. He's always been a meat and potatoes man. So convincing him to eat Greek yogurt with live probiotics felt like asking him to abandon his entire identity. But I explained the gut-bladder connection in simple terms. Your gut is like a garden. The good bacteria thrive. Everything else works better, even your bladder. He started with just one small cup after dinner, sweetened with a little honey. To our surprise, he even began to look forward to a ritual that felt more like dessert than a health intervention. Within 10 days, he wasn't just sleeping better. His digestion improved, and he had more energy during the day. The high protein helped regulate blood sugar swings that used to wake him up and send him to the bathroom. And the best part? He felt more in control of his nights without adding a single pill. Greek yogurt with live probiotics works through the gut-bladder axis, a fascinating, underappreciated system where gut bacteria influence inflammation and bladder function. Save this video now and commit to trying Greek yogurt every evening for just 1 week. Then come back and tell me what changed in your sleep. I read every comment, and I celebrate every win with you. The real surprise came when my dad agreed to try something even crunchier. Food number 3, raw pumpkin seeds. I'll admit it, this was the toughest sell of all. When I handed my dad a bag of raw pumpkin seeds, he squinted and laughed. "You want me to eat what?" But after seeing real results with Tart cherry juice and Greek yogurt, he was open to trying more natural remedies. Raw pumpkin seeds are packed with zinc, an essential mineral that plays a key role in prostate function and bladder health. Zinc helps reduce inflammation and supports normal muscle tone in the bladder. For men, especially over 70, maintaining a healthy prostate is crucial. A swollen prostate can press on the bladder and trigger frequent urination. Pumpkin seeds also contain plant-based compounds called phytosterols, known for their anti-inflammatory effects on the urinary system. Dad was skeptical, but I explained how zinc could help support his prostate. He agreed to try, starting with a small handful sprinkled on his evening salad or mixed into yogurt. For him, zinc wasn't just a supplement, it was a much-needed ally. Within 2 weeks, something changed. Instead of waking every 2 hours, he began sleeping 4 to 5 hours straight. He told me he actually enjoyed the crunch and started carrying a small pouch of pumpkin seeds as a snack. One clinical trial, the GRANU study from Germany, involved over 1,400 men aged 50 to 80. After 12 months of pumpkin seed treatment, 58.5% of participants reported significant symptom improvement compared to 47.3% in the placebo group. World Journal of Urology, 2014. Sometimes, the body just needs the simplest, most natural tools to remember how to function at its best. That lesson became even clearer when my father rediscovered a food from his childhood, roasted and golden. Food number 4, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes and the warm childhood memories tied to them turned out to be the key to helping my father sleep soundly every night. "My mother used to make this when I was little," he said with a smile when I suggested replacing his evening bread with a roasted sweet potato. Finally, a recommendation that didn't feel strange or unfamiliar to him. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates and have a low glycemic index, meaning they release energy slowly and steadily. This helps prevent blood sugar spikes that could otherwise wake you up at night and trigger frequent urination. When your blood sugar remains stable, your kidneys don't need to work overtime to filter excess glucose, which helps reduce nighttime urine production. Sweet potatoes are also high in potassium, which supports fluid balance and promotes healthy kidney function. Share this video with someone you care about who might be silently struggling with frequent nighttime urination like my father once did. They deserve to know that natural solutions do exist, and peaceful, restorative sleep can return. Nighttime urination can be heavily influenced by what we eat, something highlighted in a 2020 review from F1000 Research. The review detailed how food affects diuresis rate, blood sugar control, and natural melatonin levels in the bloodstream, pointing to clear mechanisms behind the benefits of targeted dietary changes. My father embraced sweet potatoes wholeheartedly, partly because they reminded him of the comfort food from his youth. He began eating one medium roasted sweet potato with dinner instead of regular potatoes or bread. The complex carbs helped keep his blood sugar stable throughout the night and prevented the spikes that once triggered excessive urination. 3 weeks later, he told me he felt like he got his life back. He attended his first evening card game with friends in over a year without spending the whole time worrying about the nearest bathroom. Sweet potatoes helped stabilize his blood sugar, reduced strain on his kidneys, and allowed his bladder to function more normally. His transformation reminded me of a truth I've come to deeply believe. Food really can be medicine when we understand how to nourish our bodies properly. Of all the habits he picked up, one quiet evening ritual made the biggest difference. Food number 5. Steel-cut oats with cinnamon. After discovering how sweet potatoes helped my dad reclaim peaceful sleep, I kept digging and found something just as powerful. A comprehensive analysis published in Food and Nutrition Research revealed that consuming foods rich in melatonin, or nutrients that support its production, can significantly increase melatonin levels in both blood and urine. The research identified oats as a natural, bioavailable source of melatonin, along with tryptophan and magnesium, nutrients essential for quality sleep and circadian rhythm regulation. Steel-cut oats with cinnamon have now become my dad's favorite evening ritual. "It's like dessert," he said after his first bowl, "but it actually helps me sleep." There's something deeply comforting about preparing oats at night, and he soon realized that this simple practice was transformational for his nighttime urination. Steel-cut oats contain natural melatonin, magnesium, and tryptophan, of which support deeper sleep and regulate nighttime urine production. Unlike processed oats, steel-cut oats are just chopped, not flattened, preserving more nutrients and offering a slower, steadier energy release. And the cinnamon? It's not just for flavor, it helps balance blood sugar and brings gentle anti-inflammatory benefits that complement the oats. My dad now has a small bowl of steel-cut oats with cinnamon about 2 hours before bed. This simple addition has helped him maintain consistent, uninterrupted sleep. I showed him how to prepare a big batch on Sunday night so he could easily reheat portions throughout the weekend when he's tired. The warm texture and natural sweetness of cinnamon make it feel more like a comforting nighttime treat than a health intervention. Within just 10 days of adding steel-cut oats to his routine, he was sleeping 6 to 7 hours straight on most nights. He told me he felt like a new person, energized, optimistic, and finally free from the constant anxiety about his bladder. The beauty of this method is that it gently nourishes the body while creating a peaceful evening ritual. It signals to the system that it's time to wind down, rest, and prepare for a night of true recovery. In fact, this connection between blood sugar and nighttime urination reminded me of something else I discovered recently. If you haven't seen my video about 3 foods that make gout worse, it's definitely worth watching. Blood sugar swings affect our bodies in surprisingly connected ways that we often don't realize until everything changes. You can find the link in the description below. So now you've seen the 5 foods that helped eliminate my father's frequent nighttime urination: Tart cherry juice, Greek yogurt with probiotics, raw pumpkin seeds, sweet potatoes, and steel-cut oats with cinnamon that worked together to completely transform my father's life. They reduced inflammation, helped relax the bladder muscles, stabilized blood sugar, balanced key hormones, and made deep, restorative sleep possible again. What makes these natural remedies truly remarkable is how safe, affordable, and wide-ranging their benefits have been for my date, even beyond bladder health. My father's complete evening routine now includes a medium-baked sweet potato with dinner, followed by Greek yogurt with a handful of pumpkin seeds as his evening snack. About an hour before bed, he has his small glass of Tart cherry juice, and when he wants something more substantial, he prepares his beloved steel-cut oats with cinnamon. This combination has given him back his nights and his confidence. The food that made the biggest difference for my father was actually the combination of all five working together. He told me that each food seemed to build on the benefits of the others, creating a powerful healing effect that no single food could have achieved alone. The man who once slept in his recliner and avoided evening activities is now the one organizing card games with his friends and taking my mother out for dinner dates. He sleeps peacefully through the night and wakes up refreshed and energetic rather than exhausted from multiple bathroom trips. Remember, consistency is crucial with natural approaches like these. My father gave these foods 4 full weeks to show their benefits, and his patience paid off with life-changing results. These everyday foods gave my father back his nights, and they might just be what your body's been waiting for too. Have you tried adding any of these foods to your evening routine? I'd love to hear how it's going. Drop your story in the comments below. Thousands are already using simple food changes to reclaim their nights. Why not you? Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and stay connected for more practical tips on healthy living after 60. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.